And the one thing about that is this: when you come to do a plan for a mission, for an operation, for training, when you sat there with all these guys, this is what we've got to do. You have an enormous wealth of knowledge because of their units and what they do in their units. You know, you make a plan, and sat there somebody would say, well, Rusty or whoever, what about this? Because I'm from that unit. So what you're thinking, you go, fucking hell, yeah, he's been there. So you can change and manipulate, and these are a different level because they're the ones year after year that have actually passed. And I don't class myself as an SAS soldier, having passed the course, never did. I knew that I'd give myself at least 2 years to find out how it all worked. So all these different characters and backgrounds are on your side, they're your team. You're working with them together. And that means an awful lot because if you make a mistake, you've got somebody there who'll stand up. What about this? You don't discard that and say, sit down. You take that on board and think, is that a valid point? Then you talk through it. Excuse me, but you know what? I'm going to call it a Chinese parliament. I don't care who's upset. That's what we did. Chinese parliament. Everybody sits down and throws their bits in.
Yeah.
One guy has to make the plan, right? And you've got all these faces there. They're not young kids. These are predominantly 20 odds upwards. So they've all seen service. They've all come from different backgrounds. There's an awful lot of knowledge there. You discard that knowledge at your peril because those guys, okay, they've all passed the SAS selection. They've all got something to say. 99% of it is 100%, but then all that information you have to disseminate and then put it together. Right, this is the plan. Okay, so it's not like a shop floor maybe in one of the workers or maybe one of the units I was in before where the boss goes, right, this is it, and does it all on his own. Everybody goes behind his back, fucking toss their ears. It's not like that. It was put into the Chinese parliament, have a talk, come out, make the plan. That's why the SAS, in my opinion, is so successful because they take on board everything, not discard it. Rubbish. That's why they're successful. Fitness and everything else, yep. I still think it's the hardest one of all of them to get into. But actually, when you're making the plans and success of the operations that are being done, that is one of the main reasons, and people don't know that.
That's a really great insight because you
True.
don't see that anywhere
true.
else, do you?
No,
People don't listen to other people, and I love that you guys bounced off each other, got feedback, planned. But how do you feel then about how the rules of engagement then, how we dealt with terrorism and things like that? How has that changed over the last 20, 30 years since you were in the army and leaving it?
I'm not quite sure about that because when I left the SAS, I don't follow them. I've got some good friends, by the way, but I don't follow what the SAS do, what anybody does.